Stinishedit is recorded on the unceded lands of the Wurundjeri Woiwurrung people. We pay our respects to elders past, present and emerging, and to any First Nations people listening.
We acknowledge the long history of storytelling undertaken on this land.
Welcome back to Stinishedit, the podcast where we review the things we've started, finished, and what we're looking forward to at 2 a.m. in the morning.
That's so high energy for 2 a.m. in the
I'm
morning.
Reuben, and I don't have a chest infection, and don't let Jett tell you anything else.
I'm Jett, and Reuben definitely has a chest infection.
Nah.
Reuben, you've been coughing for like 4 weeks straight.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's been bad. You told me that, no, there was a bit where you got a bit better,
Yeah,
but
it's
I don't.
a bit better.
I don't believe so.
I may have just forgotten. I may have just tuned it out as like background cough noise.
I've been, like, every time I wake up, I just hear your coughs downstairs. I know when you're home now, not by looking at your keys hanging up by our oven, but by hearing you cough. It's a constant.
There's so much delightful lore in that sentence. I love it.
I think that you should see a doctor.
Oh, well, that would be nice if I had a doctor.
You should have a doctor.
I should have a doctor.
Everyone should have. If you're out there and you don't have a doctor, get a doctor.
Get a doctor. What they said. Yeah, that one.
Have a doctor. Man.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do the don't have a cow man, but then switching
Oh,
it. So
sure.
I'm just saying have a doctor, man. Good
Have a
recommendation.
cow.
When's the last time you
Man.
went to the doctor?
The last time I went to the doctor,
Yeah.
went to a GP, who was my regular GP for a checkup.
It doesn't have to be your regular GP, but just the last time you
But
went
like
and saw.
vaccines don't count.
No. Every time
Okay.
I see a doctor, I see a new doctor. We can get on
Yeah,
to that later.
yeah. No, you have your own doctor conundrum.
Yeah.
When was the last time that I went to my regular GP for a checkup?
A GP.
A GP for a checkup. I'm going to say 2019.
That's 5 years ago. Yeah. That is 5 years ago.
Yep.
You've been physically ill so many times since then.
Yeah, but have I got better every time?
No, you're still
Yes.
coughing.
Okay, have I got better every time except for the present time?
No.
Yeah?
Maybe.
When have I stayed sick?
You've always felt 100% better after being sick?
No.
So maybe you're getting sick and not taking care of yourself properly and it's causing permanent damage to your body.
Maybe.
I don't know how getting sick works.
Me neither. I'm
That's
not
why
a doctor.
I go to the doctor. You should go to the doctor.
I should. You're
That's
right.
5 years. I think I know I emphasized the 5 years, but I just need to re-emphasize
Yeah,
that that's
yeah.
5 years.
Yeah. The thing that's hard to make this into content is that I have like no excuse. I'm not like anti-doctor. It's not like there was some great saga where my GP retired. I have nothing. I got nothing.
So why
Yes,
haven't you gone to the doctor?
Oh, I don't know. Seems like an extra task.
To get better. You know what also is an extra task?
Being sick?
Yeah.
Staying sick?
Staying sick for an extra week that you don't have to.
Okay, let me level with you.
Yeah.
There was a time there through COVID where the state government was like, hey, we understand that you're working casually or you're doing work as a carer and that you don't get paid sick pay. That's crazy talk. We're going to pay you. And so that's great. So when we got sick, we could send off details through the app to say, hey, I'm sick. Please send me some money for the work I couldn't do.
Are you purposefully getting sick so you get paid?
No. However, in
You're
the recent-
purposefully staying sick so you get paid?
No, because here's the thing that I...
It sounds like you're like, if I'm
no.
sick, I'm just going to get people to cough into my mouth and then I get paid for doing no work.
No, you're missing a key step here, which is that I realized last week that I don't have to be sick.
You have to be sick.
You don't have to be sick.
Do you not need like a doctor's note?
Not if it's under 15 hours that you're claiming. So here's the thing. In the last state government a couple of weeks ago, they said, in end of June, we're wrapping this up. We're not going to pay you for being sick anymore. Fuck you and go to a doctor. All right?
Good.
So I thought to myself, gee, when I went away last week, I was real sick. Wink.
You can't. Reuben, this
Okay.
is why they're cancelling
Okay,
the
here's the thing,
programs. Too
here's
many
the
people
thing.
are taking advantage of it.
How many times have I been sick in the past 2 years?
Too many.
Like many, right? Many.
Yeah.
And how many times have I claimed any of those?
I don't know.
One.
But still,
I'm just playing catch up.
No, because you can't. Look, it's your fault that you've been sick so much. You're
my fault
actively
that I-
avoiding going to the doctor.
Mm-hmm.
This could be something. You could have a chest
Excuse me, I'm
infection.
not actively
You
avoiding
could have
going
a
to the doctor. That's my
prolonged
point
chest
here.
infection. You have a
I am
prolonged chest infection.
passively avoiding going
In
to
the
the
time we
doctor.
started
That's the
this
whole point.
saga, this chat about
Tell me I could
Reuben's
go to the
doctor.
I could have booked a doctor's appointment right
No,
now.
I'm saying I've gotten my doctorate and I am now diagnosing you with a chest infection.
Sorry, I just remembered that there's literally a general practice right around the corner, and I could just see when their appointments are.
Is it the turn the corner one?
Oh, no, but there's that one also. That's also around the corner. Well, where do you go? You tell us about your doctor if you got everything figured out.
All right, my
over there.
My doctor's pretty good. I
Doctor
go,
person over there. Which one?
I go to Inner North Medical Clinic. It's a good doctor in the Inner North of Melbourne. Every time I go there, I see a new doctor. Not because I hate the doctor that I've previously seen, but simply because they are so popular that every time I go in and when I'm sick, I'm like, well, I need to see someone within like the next 5 days. If I don't, then I might not be sick anymore. Or
Right.
like, I don't know. I just want to see a doctor now. I'm sick now. Give me the fix now. So I go to book and everyone's booked out for the next like 14 days most of the time. So I just choose a random, whichever doctor has an appointment availability the soonest, I get that. And then I go in and every single time I'm like, hi, I'm Jett. And they're like, hi, I'm your new doctor. I'm like, great, excellent.
Nice try, buddy.
Let me
see
recap
about that.
everything. And
They have your notes, surely.
yeah, surely they have my notes. But everyone there's really lovely. The place is really nice.
All right, fine, I'll Google in.
There is a best doctor.
Okay.
The best doctor. I'm not going to name drop the best doctor.
Not going to name drop the best doctor from Inner North?
No, because I don't know. Someone might be like, I don't know. Someone might want to hunt. I don't want to dox anyone on this podcast.
It's all right.
We've done it before.
We've done it so many times.
But this doctor, I went in and they walked in, and now this doctor started off as the worst doctor.
Oh, here's some good story. Here we go. This should be good. I don't know this one.
Well, I was in a new doctor's office, like same place, but like new room.
Yep.
And I was like, okay, this one's pretty nice. I can't wait. There was some nice art on the walls. It was vibey. There was a plant nearby. I was like, oh, this could be the best doctor. The doctor was like 5 minutes late, and now
Not bad for doctors.
No. But I was in the room. I was already
This
waiting.
is not a waiting room lateness,
No.
which is very normal.
I'd been let in. They're like, stay there, I'll be right back. So I was sitting in the room for 5 minutes. They came back, and they came back with a tea.
What now?
And I'm like, motherfucker, this person has a tea. Just one tea.
One tea?
Their own tea.
Oh,
And I was like,
no.
You've been letting me sit here for. No wonder people are waiting for 5 hours. I bet you half of the appointments that you have booked out are just tea times for you. All you
Worst
doctors
doctor.
just gonna get together and have tea. Anyways, I was like, oh fuck. Honestly, I was just mostly jealous because I was like, damn. I would love a tea. But without saying anything, they're about to sit down and they're like, oh, sorry, would you like a tea?
Best doctor!
Best doctor! I said, yeah, that sounds lovely. They said, what tea would you like? And I was like, you have options?
Stop.
There are options? They had peppermint. They had chai. They had, like, English breakfast. They had Earl Grey.
You're going to give me the name of this doctor right now.
They had some, like, brilliant tea choices. They're like, would you like milk? Would you like sugar? Blah, 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 blah. What sort of milk? And I'm like, oh my God. Why has not a single other doctor there offered me tea before?
I'm changing my stance. The reason I haven't gone to the doctor for 5 years is because none of them offer tea.
They do.
Well, I've just found that out.
You haven't been going to find any that offer tea.
I didn't realize that it was even on the cards in the wildest imaginings.
Well, it is. And it's phenomenal. So
Wow.
that's
Wait,
now
was
my
this
favorite
behavior
doctor.
repeated or was this a once-off?
Well, I've only seen that doctor once.
Oh, you should go even when you feel fine, which you're meant to do anyway, but you should go
Are you?
to Planet Tea. Yeah, you're meant to go regularly.
What? No, you're not.
Yeah, general practice, that's the whole thing.
General practitioner means they generally assess a lot of things and then they can put you in
Means, yeah, they generally know what's going on.
No.
But often they don't, and they're like, go to this expert, he'll have a better guess than me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You go to them because they're general and
Yeah.
then they'll put you in the point you in the direction of a specialty. You don't go when you're not sick. You're wasting the Hi, I've just
You're
got my
literally meant to do this, and especially, like, men culturally don't do this. It's a huge thing.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
You can't you don't go
You go for a checkup.
Yes, a checkup.
Yeah.
When you're not feeling well, to check up on your body. It'd be like,
that's
your
how
body,
doctors
why?
work, but also, I can't stick
You
a
haven't
foot.
been
I
to the
can't climb
doctor
any
in
of these
5
hills. I
years.
know. I fucking know.
You're meant to go to the doctor when you're sick.
Look, I'm going to self-diagnose.
You do just
Too much podcasting.
no.
Yeah,
Too much chest
yeah.
infection.
It's 2 a.m. right now.
God,
I'm not getting any sleep.
it's not 2 a.m.
I'm gonna blame
it's
this
like
on you.
1:35 or something.
Yes. Yeah, smush mush.
Shmish mush. We have to do an early podcast
2 o'clock,
because
2 o'clock.
Reuben has to start work.
You
No,
have to go.
I have to start work. Normally we have to start early because you have to start work so ridiculously early in the morning.
Sometimes. I feel like there's always one of us.
There's always one of us.
We should make it
Can
a law.
I have my
You know,
drink
like
this
Murphy's
week?
Law? Oh, hey, you got a drink this week?
Yeah.
I feel like it should be like a law, like Murphy's Law or Occam's Razor or something.
Occam's razor.
Yeah. Can we call it?
That's not a law. That's a razor.
Yeah, okay. But it's a fun name. I'm trying to open the options so we don't like the stinishedit law. Boo. We need like. So look, I got no ideas.
Hey, I got my Hoover vacuum.
Yeah, the Hoover vacuum.
No.
So
what?
the Hoover vacuum is.
You
that
just
at the
name
end
me a
of the
name
podca-
and then a
What?
thing. Oppenheimer's bomb.
Is that what you want to call the fact that one of us always has to run away after the podcast?
No.
Oppenheimer's bomb?
No, I don't want to call it anything.
No?
It doesn't need a name. Not everything needs a name.
Everything needs a name.
We barely came up with a name for this podcast.
That's not true.
Stinishedit is a terrible name. Everyone that we first told it to, they're like, what?
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 That's pretty much how the conversation went.
And then we had to explain it every time we tell someone
Yeah.
about it. We're like, hey, the podcast is called Stinishedit. And they're like, what?
I think it's really funny that before we named or released the podcast for a long time, we had the idea of a podcast, and then we had the prototype of a podcast, and then we had we spent time making it and figuring it out. So we call it podcast. We call it the podcast, and hey, do you want to podcast? And hey, I had an idea for the podcast. So we don't even call it Stinishedit. We just like slap that over the top.
Okay, but like, no, I think that's just how words work.
What, the shorter ones get said more?
Hey, we're making a movie called, I don't know,
Oppenheimer's bomb.
Oppenheimer's bomb. We're making Oppenheimer's bomb. Do you want to go film the movie?
Yeah.
Let's go film today.
Okay.
You want to talk
yeah.
about the film?
I'm
No,
with you, I'm with you.
you just use a word to describe a thing. You don't use the proper noun all the time.
Yeah,
What if I used the word Reuben every time I was referring to you?
That would take more syllables.
It would take
Than
more
the bare
syllables.
minimum. So
like,
what are you doing? Imagine choosing to talk extra.
that's what I'm saying.
Is it?
No.
That's what you say on this podcast that we're recording at 1:35 a.m.?
Well, when we're talking about podcasts, we don't need to say Stinishedit. Hi, would you like to record Stinishedit? If we had multiple podcasts,
Okay. Yeah.
then we'd use different words.
Yeah.
Hi, would you like to record Stinishedit? Hey, do you want to record Oppenheimer's bomb?
You're so right. We would do that.
Oppenheimer's da bomb.
The bomb. Oppenheimer is the bomb. Is that just us talking about how good the movie Oppenheimer is? Because I want to make that
I
podcast.
forgot that you wanted to make a podcast all about Oppenheimer.
Oh, I'm
What
going to
have I
write it
done?
down in the idea. I have a big bunch of notes in our big master note that I've talked about before, just of like things that we could do at some point.
Can I have my drink this week?
I said, hey, you got a drink this
And then
week,
you
and then I
give me-
continue with my point. You've got permission to have your drink now, all right?
I know, but
Do you also want to talk about it?
my drink,
Fine, you talk about it.
my drink is my breakfast, and I'm very hungry. This week I got
Like a midnight snack at
I got my classic mocha smoothie. Well, it is 12:45 in the morning.
It is, after all.
It's a mocha smoothie. Have I talked about this on the podcast?
Yeah.
All
I
right.
have. But tell us again, because I always forget what goes in it.
Banana.
Yum.
You got cacao powder.
Yum.
You got oats.
Yum.
You got oat milk. You got, I was about to say glass.
Dates and ice?
I don't have dates.
Oh, sad.
Ice is the one that I was thinking of.
When you said glass.
Yeah. And then you got a shot of coffee. That's what I got. But I have news for you.
Oh, okay.
This isn't in the normal jar that I drink it out of.
Okay.
I've currently got it in 2 green refectory
I did notice that.
jars. Because it was slightly too big for one. You know my normal big mason jar?
Yeah.
Smashed it.
No.
Yeah, I know, fucked,
Oh,
right?
no.
Yeah, real sad.
Oh, just whoosh, onto tiles?
Well,
Drying
ye-
it? Washing it? What happened?
Well,
What,
it was
out
on
and
the
about?
drying rack, and then I put something on the drying rack, and then it knocked it a little bit, and I just saw it tumbling. And I was like, oh no! I thought maybe it would bounce. I
Yeah,
thought maybe it was thick enough.
sometimes
No,
you
it
get lucky.
smashed.
Damn.
Got glass in Goose's. Sorry, ice in Goose's food and water.
Yeah.
And just left it there.
Oh, yeah.
She can eat ice now,
Yeah. It's amazing what you can build up an immunity to.
right? Crazy.
Crazy.
I think I might get her on
That's devastating. Sorry, I'm still stuck on the previous thing.
rocks next. What do
Yeah.
you think we could feed a cat to get him used to? I think she's been eating Lego.
Cyanide? You think? Oh, no, surely not.
Because I did find a mini Lego wheel this morning.
Yes.
Do we have some Legos that have
Oh,
disappeared?
many. There's all sorts of bits and pieces missing.
Yeah, but like specifically 2 Lego things that have just dropped off the face of the earth, can't find them anywhere.
Yeah.
And I cleaned under our fridge
Yeah.
the other day.
Yeah.
I think she's eaten them.
Here's my thing.
Yeah.
If you cancel out...
I'm going to
cat-
try this, by the way.
Oh, great. Go for it.
Yep, it's still good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to hear. Good to hear. I reckon if you cancel out the cat factor, Lego still does that. It doesn't happen as often because the cat doesn't knock the Lego off things. But once Lego goes missing, that shit goes missing.
That's why they have the little extra pieces.
A little extra bit. Do you know, can I confess something to you? Since we're doing confessions on this podcast now.
Is this Confessions Week?
This is Confessions Week.
All right.
Welcome, everyone.
A deep confession.
May God bless you. Father, the Son, the Holy Ghost. Okay? You're forgiven for your sins. But
What
not
about
yet.
the
You've
other
got to tell
ones?
us about them first, just to
There's
be
the
clear.
Father.
You have to tell the institution about them so that you feel beholden to us, and then we forgive you because we channel the power of God. Even though you pray to him, it has to come through us.
And then we have to go gossip to the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost about it.
Yeah, just to be clear.
All 4 of us, we gather in a room and just have hot goss. You
All
folks,
the goss on earth.
you'll never know. You'll never guess what I heard this week. Reuben
Oh.
has a confession about Lego.
Oh, that's
Yeah, it's-
hot stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got like adultery and murder, but you go first. That one sounds like juicy.
Right, Reuben likes to fuck Lego.
Dun, dun, dun. That is juicy. Well, the Lego's not.
No, I don't think any of it's juicy. I don't want to think about it. Tell me your thing, please. I've got...
No, I want you to. You've got a
My
clearer
brain
image in
image
your
is
head than
killing me.
so you can stew in that.
No.
I just didn't think about it that hard.
Go, tell me your thing.
I've never once used one of the extra bits to replace a thing that went missing. It's never the right one, or I forget, or I've put them in a spot. You know?
But you do keep them?
I keep them,
Yeah.
but I couldn't tell you where any of them are.
I find that any of the bits that I lose are not the ones with the extra bits.
Yep.
Which is really annoying.
Yep.
You know, I learnt why they have those extra bits in there. There's like a specific reason.
Okay.
I think it's I don't know, some sort of technical reason. I forgot it though.
Oh, cool.
I couldn't
Great
tell you what
story.
it is.
Hard
probably
hats
on a
are made out of
TikTok.
the same plastic as Lego. There's one for you.
Well, they're plastic.
Well, yeah, but there's different plastics.
Okay.
Like if I told you that hard hats are made out of the same plastic as bubble wrap, you'd be like, what?
I'd be like, it's plastic.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
You can't have plastic without fire.
and that's a good thing.
Oh, yeah, plastic's bad.
Plastic's awful.
I forgot for a sec. I was thinking about hard hats and how they're quite helpful.
You can make a hard hat out of something else.
Yeah, anything hard.
Yeah, metal. Metal hard hat would work. That's what helmets are.
Yeah.
We've had those for so long.
Longer, even.
Yeah.
Like
hundreds.
hundreds of years longer.
I'm reading a book at the moment.
Yeah.
An arrow got shot at someone's head and it bent the arrow.
The head or the helmet?
The helmet, they were wearing a helmet and it bent the arrow. The head didn't bend the arrow.
So I'm just now having this great image of like a Japanese samurai riding through the fields wearing like that old style armor and then just like a yellow hard hat. Good image, right?
Good image. Would break under the pressure of an arrow.
Maybe, yeah, okay. But metal dense rather than breaking and then bonks you in the head. Not with
Plastic
an arrow.
dense?
Plastic like cracks. They're
And
both
dense.
bad. You don't want either of these things happening to the thing that's protecting your head.
Think about the front bumper of your car when you've hit something.
Okay.
Did it dent?
Yeah, a little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did it crack?
Nah.
See? Depends on the plastic. There are different
Point
types of
taken.
plastics, you know.
That's all I got for you.
Your car's made out of the same plastic they use for those takeaway containers at Indian restaurants.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Stains
You wash
real
them and you're
easy.
like, that's clean. Wait a second.
Why isn't it?
I can't get to why is it still vaguely orange?
It's still orange and it's still like slippery.
and it's slightly warped from the heat.
Yeah.
You're like, I can still use it, so you put it in the Tupperware drawer.
You never
You're
use
not
it.
gonna
Just
use
throw it out.
Stop lying to yourself.
Can you recycle it?
Who knows at this
You
point?
know. You always tell me.
1, 2, 3. You can recycle me. 4, 5, 6. You can't recycle this. No number, no go.
What about a hard hat?
Come to Reuben for all your 15-year-old recycling advice that's not true anymore. You know what I bet it is? You know what I reckon it is? It all goes to landfill. That remains my theory.
You know what I do?
What?
I feel the plastic. I'm like, is this tough? If it's tough, it is recyclable. If it isn't tough,
let me just hang. That's a hard hat.
yeah, recycle it.
Huh.
Got to rip
Interesting.
the foam out though.
Of course.
Yeah. Do we do something on this podcast besides talking about hard hats?
No, I don't think we do. I think we should do this for the whole time.
All right, whatever you think.
No, wait. I'm filled with existential doubt. I think I can talk about hard hats for another hour. What are we going to do?
What's your favorite color of hard hat?
Favorite color? Oh, well,
might say yellow.
You got the classic yellow. Do you want me to go and get my high-vis collection? Do you want me
Does
to do
it
that right now?
include hard hats?
No.
Well, then no.
Oh.
Off topic.
It's got colors.
Definitively off topic.
It's got colors and it's high-vis.
Everything has colors.
That's true.
Name a thing that doesn't have colors.
I can't because everything has colors and what you said is right.
A black stone.
Yeah, nice. Because that's a shade.
A grey rock. A white rock.
Now you're just naming shades again. What
Yeah.
is this primary school bullshit?
It's not, I don't know if you knew this, but it's not actually color. You fuck.
I don't function well at 12:07 in the morning, all right?
Think of a rainbow.
Okay, I'm
See
thinking of a
black in the rainbow?
No.
See grey in the rainbow?
No.
See white in the rainbow?
No.
No.
I feel like there must be other colors that aren't there, but there's not.
Nah, there's
No.
not. That's how a rainbow
Yeah, that's
works.
the point, that all the colors are there.
It shows all the colors, but
They
it
all
doesn't
blend into
show
each other.
the shades. Have you got a grey hard hat?
I bet you I could find a grey hard hat.
Don't go on Amazon and search for grey hard hat.
You tell us how this podcast works while I don't do that.
All right, this podcast normally doesn't work like this.
I beg to differ.
What we do on this podcast is we talk about something that we've recently started. This could be a movie, it could be a show, it could be a book, it could be a video game, it could be experiences, it could be maybe another podcast. I don't know. Then one of us talks about a thing that we've finished. Could be also any of those things. Then we go back and we talk about the thing that we talked about last week a little bit in a section called Up and Up, where we talk about things that we're following up on. We also talk about things that we're coming up to, things that are happening soon. Reuben, have you found that grey hard hat? No, because they don't exist. You can make one. You could
Found
technically. Let me see. Give it to me.
It's only $75.
That's.
We've spent more on, I was going to say sillier things. We've spent more on less silly things. It's bad, isn't it? It's bad and discomforting.
The only three colors they have are green, grey, and red.
None of those are the right
None of
colours
them
for a
are
hard
bright.
hat. Yeah.
I don't want this. I don't think. Ooh, it has a weird photo of a person wearing it.
Oh, I don't like that.
It's AI generated,
They
I
look
reckon.
fake.
I was doing work yesterday, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to dox the
The company that you work for?
company that I was doing work for through my agency.
Okay.
But they
I see what you mean.
they were asking me to make some graphics for them, and they don't have any. We didn't have any photos supplied for them. This is a bed sheets company, so I was like, okay, well, I need to show off like their charcoal linen bed sheet. So I go onto their website and find it.
Mm-hmm.
I pull an image, I put it in the graphic that I make, and I need to do another graphic, do the same thing. And eventually I come across an image.
Uh-oh.
And I'm like, this doesn't look right. It's for white cotton bed sheets.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a shot of the room, the bed sheets, the side table, a plant on the left of the bed.
Any fingers?
No fingers. Suspicious. I like
Should
my
be a
beds
bunch
with-
of dismembered fingers lying on those white cotton sheets.
Well,
The red really brings out the texture, you know?
What I like for my beds is like instead of legs on my beds, I have fingers.
Oh yeah, like I'm holding up, like steepling my hand, all five fingers out, everyone, like that.
No, like this, like all the fingers all in a row, like a centipede.
Oh,
like
around the
lining
outside.
the outside.
Okay, like a nice tassel fringe.
Yes.
But they support it. Because rigor mortis, they're really solid, right?
We did both use rig and mortis as bodies
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
fingers. Yes. So, anyways, I was looking at this image and I was like, "What is this?" Now there's a side table on the right side. On the left side, there's a plant. It's like a big pot plant, sort of like kind of half a tree, like it's a small tree. And then there's a lamp.
Choice.
And lamps you have beside tables, but this lamp is coming out of the tree. This lamp is a branch of the tree. Like, hold on a second. Then I look on the very left side, on the left side wall, there's a window. Now, the window you can see has like these nice sheer curtains. The curtains are coming out of the skirting of the window.
Oh, not good.
So it's skirting up the top, and as it goes down, it becomes these sheer curtains. I'm like, dude, take photos of if you're selling something. Take photos
I know
of it.
good photos are hard. I know.
But like,
But this is a tree with a lamp growing out of
a
it.
tree with a lamp growing out of it. Then I look at the other photos that I already brought in. They're all bad. They're all AI.
Oh, no.
And I'm like,
oh, wow. Fascinating, Rip. Yeah.
It felt really glossy and weird,
Yeah.
and it wasn't until I was like, all right, there was one that was especially glossy and weird. I was like, this is just not right. None of them felt like they were photos of an actual thing. Yeah. Anyways.
Wait, that sort of thing is normally so curated and edited anyway that if you're like, this feels weird, it can be like, doesn't mean it's AI, but it does.
Anyways, that hard hat photo, it had a guy that looked very AI generated,
did.
wearing a Photoshop version of the hard hat on top of it.
Maybe the hard hat doesn't even exist.
It will when you buy it.
It will when I don't even attempt.
It could be made to order.
I have $100 that I didn't spend to join a cult, so this would be a bargain.
That would be a
In
bargain.
comparison.
Well, a lot of Amazon stuff they just have in a warehouse.
Yeah. Yes.
So I'm saying it does exist.
Right.
I'm saying all three colors exist.
Yeah.
Nobody might buy them until the end of time.
Yeah. But they're there.
They're there in case
there.
you want them.
Just because there's fucking shit there's just stuff, man.
And let's add to the stuff. Verbally,
we add to
auditorially.
the stuff, but no.
In this podcast, I'm saying we should start the actual podcast.
Oh, right.
Let's add to the stuff.
Okay, how does the podcast work?
I told everyone how the podcast
Oh, right.
works.
Well, I was looking up the grey hard hat, which I found, by the way.
We know. We've gone over this.
Okay.
I think that you should see a doctor. I think you also have
Short-term memory loss?
short-term memory loss.
Long-term memory loss.
And where'd I get this?
Short-term memory loss?
Confused. And
We
where'd
did
I
the
get
same
this?
joke. Okay, whose turn? What? This week, you're starting, because you started something.
Short-term memory loss. Confused.
Short-term memory loss.
And where'd I
Sorry,
get
that
this?
was on the list. Long-term memory loss.
Short-term memory loss.
Short-term memory loss.
Confused.
Where'd I get this?
Where'd I get this?
Confused.
I'm going to talk about a thing that I've started.
Welcome back to Stinishedit, the podcast where we review the things we've started, finished, and what we're looking forward to.
Confused.
My name's Short-term memory loss.
And where'd I get this? I have options for you.
Oh, okay. I'm
You
always
get-
like, options. And then you list them and I'm like, great, options. It's the same arc every time.
We're doing Choose Your Own Adventure this week.
Okay, but I choose all of the listeners' adventure, just
Yeah.
to be clear.
Yeah.
We're not making many separate. Oh my God, okay.
Oh.
Yeah, you think what I'm thinking?
Go to the different time
Go
codes.
to the time code.
and then you can do a Choose Your Own Adventure. All right.
We'll do that at some point.
We'll do
when
that
we
at
have
some point.
4 days free.
Yeah. We've been like, whoa, what if we had something that would work in like a shorter time frame?
Yeah.
It's a fun little creative thing. No, that would be a
Well,
big
it could
thing.
be that, because it would take us longer than normal to record, but would probably end up being shorter.
Yeah. I think our regular podcast might be Choose Your Own Adventure.
Because people just jump around.
Yeah,
according to
people-
what they want.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, here are your options.
And
Now,
everything ultimately leads to the same answer.
No.
I know. I just read a lot of bad Choose Your Own Adventure.
Did you read Goosebumps?
I actually read some Goosebumps, but not Choose Your Own Adventure Goosebumps.
Those are good ones.
Okay.
Scary.
Did you watch the Netflix movie Bandersnatch?
Yeah.
I can't believe that's the real name of that movie.
Bandersnatch. I watched that with our friend Ilya.
Oh, with people would have been fun.
Yeah, it was great fun.
Yeah.
We played it multiple times.
video
We just like
game.
kept going.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyways, can I tell you what your options are?
Yes, do.
Great. So at the end of last week, I said I was starting Zmen 97.
You did.
I've started it. I'm in it. That's one of your
Great.
options. The other option is the air quotes around this new Childish Gambino album, Atavista. Now you can either choose one of these, or you choose one of them, and you'll probably get a special section. Okay, you can either choose a short version of both.
Okay.
Or a large version of one with
Okay.
one tidbit of the other.
Oh.
I'm cramming in two by giving you options.
Short version of both.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, which one do you want to hear first?
I want to hear about Zmen first.
All right, excellent. Let's talk about Zmen 97.
Excellent. Sorry, I think you mean excellent.
Excellent. Zmen 97 is the sequel series to the Zmen animated show that ended in 1996. Disney Plus has revived it. It is good. It is
So it's like a cartoon for kids.
Yes.
Great.
Saturday morning cartoon vibes.
Did you watch it on Saturday mornings exclusively?
I've been watching it like literally. I've been turning on the TV, sitting down in front of the TV on the ground with my bowl of cereal in the morning
so
before
good.
I start work.
That's so good.
It's really nice. It's good Zmen. It's what you want Zmen to be.
Okay. I feel like...
Beast has 2 little teeth.
Oh, no! That's the only thing I don't want Zmen to be.
It's that's a quintessential Zmen.
Just don't make him CGI teeth, you know?
I'll tell you what it's got. It's got a good Scott Summers. Cyclops
Okay.
is actually not a wet towel.
Well, how do they do that? I'm not saying I don't believe you. I'm just saying I don't understand.
All right, one of the first big fight scenes you see him in.
Yep.
He lasers the ground and uses that to propel him across the battlefield to the other side. Like
Name a thing that he can do that Banshee can't do.
he shoots. His eyes are portals to another dimension.
Well, yeah, there's that, but like...
He's a good
we know
team
about
leader.
that. Okay.
He's a really
Fair.
good team leader
But is
in
he
this.
actually in this?
Yes.
Or is that just the thing that everyone says about this
No,
character all
he's
the time?
genuinely a good team leader who cares about his team, who doesn't want to leave the team. He has an interesting thing with his he's with Jean Grey, or so we think.
Dun, dun, dun.
I'm gonna do slight spoilers for this show, but every episode is basically a whole comic arc. They cram it into one episode, which is crazy. So one of the biggest episodes that I've seen is Jean Grey and Scott Summers. They find out at the very cliffhanger of the last episode, Jean Grey rocks up at the X mansion. Sorry, the Z mansion.
Thank you.
Now, what's weird is the whole Zmen team is in there, and Jean Grey is also in the Z mansion. So there's a duplicate of Jean Grey who's just knocked on the door all rainy and cold, and you're like, what the fuck's going on? Turns out the Jean Grey that's in this mansion is a clone of the real Jean Grey, who was cloned secretly by this villain called Mr. Sinister to get
Giving the game away slightly.
Cyclops and Jean to have the ultimate super baby, ultimate mutant baby, so that he can steal it and do experiments on it.
That seems like so many extra steps.
Now that
There's
happens.
got to be a more efficient way to do that.
That happens. And
Wait,
then,
where's real Jean Grey been? Just out in the rain for 20 years?
Well, being, I don't know, locked up by Mr. Sinister.
Oh.
And also their memories are weird.
A classic swap.
They both have all of the other person's memories basically, and they don't exactly know when they're experimented on or
Right.
Yeah, kind of a Wolverine situation, amnesia. And so I'm just going to go through the rest of the plot of this episode so you can understand just how batshit it is.
Yeah. And how long are these episodes? 22 minutes or whatever.
No, they're like 50 minutes,
Oh, okay.
I think.
Is that how long they were back in the day?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. Stop asking me. I didn't watch them back in the day. I just watch them now. So
I just jump on the bandwagon when it gets good. And I respect that.
it was like the previous episode that they had the baby. So they had the baby, duplicate Jean rocks up, but it's original Jean. Anyway, so okay, well, fuck, now Mr. Sinister's trying to steal this baby. Let's stop him. Mr. Sinister does steal the baby, takes it back to his laboratory, starts experimenting on it with this techno virus thing. In the meantime, Jean Grey, who had the baby, she goes evil and starts helping out Mr. Sinister. And then she's like, don't call me Jean, call me the Goblin Queen. Where did that name come from? No idea. Comics. But now she's the Goblin Queen, and Scott's like, come on, we just had a baby and we're married, because they got married. But Scott's also having this existential crisis because he's like, dude, I married this person who's the clone of my wife. Did I marry my wife or did I marry this clone? Which one of these people am I with?
Right.
But they're both the same.
Yeah.
Anyways, they finally get the baby back, but the baby's been infected with this technovirus. So they're like, shit, we can't fix this. Like, this baby was ripped out of its Darth Vader chamber. What's those things called?
Oh yeah, back to tank?
A Bacta tank. Too early. And so, the reason why, sorry.
Do you mean a womb?
No. The internal Bacta tank of the womb. So the reason why he's infected with the technovirus is to activate the mutagen gene. Not gene, like the gene, the double denim gene.
Yeah.
Gene outfit he has on.
Yeah. You gotta unlock that mutagen gene.
Yeah. There's so many Jeans in this. There's Jean, there's Jean Grey, there's Jean Colour.
There's Jean Grey again.
Because, no, Jean Grey's a shade. It's not a colour.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
There I go again.
Then there's a Goblin Queen. So, anyways, they get the baby. They defeat Mr. Sinister. The Goblin Queen sort of turns back to... She's like, okay, I'm fine now. Whatever. That was just a phase of me being the Goblin Queen, I guess. They get the baby. They're like, shit, we don't have the technology right now to fix this baby's technovirus. So what we'll do is we've got this one character on the Zmen team called Bishop, who's from this dystopian future, like Days of Future Past kind of era. And they're like, all right, well, Beast has been working on this time travel thing to fix. Bishop had a time travel thing to come back in the past and then it broke. Beast has fixed it.
If he changed his teeth, I bet he could fix it way faster.
His teeth do get in the way.
Yeah.
Famously cover his eyeballs, go that high up. Because they're bottom row teeth to go up, like the opposite of fangs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Think vampire, flip it upside down, but just those two teeth bits.
Kind of adorable. If you flip a vampire teeth upside down, it's really cute.
It's cute if they're real.
Beast has fixed the time travel thing, but only has enough juice to send basically one human back to the future. So Bishop's planning on going, but Bishop's like, we could probably squeeze in another tiny human. So the Zmen's solution is to give this baby to Bishop, and then Bishop can go into the future with the baby where they'll have, by that time, technology to remove the technovirus. So they do that. They send this baby off. And Cyclops is like, I can't be here to do this because this is too much for me. Because just last episode, we had this baby and now we're giving this baby to the future. Like, I thought I was going to be a parent. Also, him and Jean, well, it wasn't
Which
Jean.
one?
The Goblin Queen Jean.
Yeah.
Just in the last episode was like, oh, well, maybe we should leave this men because we need to raise our kid now. And Scott's like, I'm a leader and I like leading this men. I don't want to not lead this men anymore. Anyway, so but now that's problem solved because no baby and no Goblin Queen Jean who wanted to leave this men. She, and at the end of the episode, does leave this men and she has this talk with Jean Grey and she's like, don't call me Jean, call me Madeline Pryor. Her new name is Madeline Pryor.
Stop.
Why?
Stop.
Because it's in the comics.
Stop with the names.
Anyway,
There's too many.
That's like one episode of this, and I've missed out on some batshit stuff, but do you get how batshit this is?
Yeah, thanks for the example. Thanks for explaining and extrapolating.
No problem, anytime.
I think I just had the authentic stinishedit audience experience, which is that I heard all the words,
Yeah,
but I didn't hear any of the meaning.
great. It's
Like, what?
so... You might hear all of that and think, this show sounds terrible. Like it sounds like Riverdale, terrible.
Oh, it does now you mention it.
Right?
Why'd you make that comparison?
It's not. It's really good.
Is it? Why?
It
Look good? Sound good?
actually, it does condense these storylines into one episode, but you get the storyline, so it is quick, but once you get into the flow of that, you're like, oh yeah, this moves fast, but we have really interesting characters who have really fun character arcs that make sense for them. They're detailed. Some of the best characters in this, the standouts would probably be Magneto and Rogue. Magneto's big in this because at the end of the old X-Men series, Charles Xavier dies. Professor X dies.
Now, this is a great way of solving the Professor X conundrum, which is we have to take him out of action every time a fight happens because he can just win.
Yeah.
So just take him out of action permanently.
Just kill him.
Just bang, done.
Take a second
One
bullet
fell
to him.
swoop. Oof.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's dead and he leaves the mansion.
Sorry, I'm just thinking about how good Zmen First Class was. Give me a
Pretty good,
sec.
right?
Wait, give me a sec. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm with you.
Cool.
I'm back.
Zmen, he leaves the mansion and the Zmen to Magneto, who's like is like, why?
They're old friends and gay lovers.
They are, but also Magneto's a terrorist.
Well, yeah, but also he's right sometimes.
He is right sometimes. Because it's like, well, shit, these people keep killing me.
Yeah.
And us.
What's the relationship like between Magneto and Scott then?
Scott's sort of like reluctant. He at the start he's like, fuck this. And then Magneto sort of proves that he's
Effective.
Well, no, actually here to make a change. It's like Charles has asked me to continue his legacy. I have enough respect for that I will. And so it's really interesting because you...
In memory of those nights on the Cuban beaches.
shooting each other in the spines.
If you know what I mean.
Oh. Oh, the glory days. So, but you as a viewer, and you're like, well, I've only seen Magneto really as this
The real
villain.
Cuban Missile Crisis, if you know what I mean.
Stop! Let me explain this batshit story. You shut up and you hear my jumbled words and you take in none of it. Let your eyes glaze over.
Sorry, I'll glaze.
Glaze.
Like the good donut that I am.
But
Go.
okay, great, thank you. Glaze. Like, no, it's gonna. I can't. I'm sorry.
No, go on.
No,
You should finish what
no, I don't want. Nicely glazed. Like those nights in Cuba. The bodies of Charles and Magneto. I'm sorry. Okay. Fuck. So you as a viewer.
Are these siren related to us, or is that unrelated?
Yeah, they're coming for us.
I'm worried.
They're coming for us.
Sorry, don't mind me and my not chest infection.
You're like,
Glazed.
every time Magneto's sort of in a position of power and he's like getting upset at the humans, you're like, he's gonna break and he's gonna go back to his evil ways. And now in the movies, that's what we see every single time. Like we see both in the Ian McKellen and the Michael Fassbender Magneto. By the end of each film, he sort of becomes okay, and like at the start of the next one, he's like good, and then some sort of tragedy happens and he turns evil. He has the same character arc every single time. And it's satisfying. It's a satisfying character arc, but once you've seen it enough. So in this, it's like, well, he's said that he's good, but is he? There's a great scene in like the second or third episode where they're at the UN and they're trying to get the mutant island of Genosha. There's this fictional island called Genosha that is basically just for mutants. It's like a mutant haven. It's been in the comics for ages. And so they're trying to get that a recognized country that's represented within the UN. Really interesting, like, geopolitical thing. I don't know. And so they're talking to this panel of people at the UN and they're discussing, like they're deliberating on whether to allow this. And then an attack happens at the UN of like anti-mutant protesters, but they're like blowing shit up. So they're like, they're not just protesting. Yeah. And so Magneto.
Like Magneto.
Yeah. Well, Magneto and his men come in and defend people, but it gets bad, and Magneto ends up getting the panel and like that whole section of the building and just lifting it into space.
That'll do.
And he's like, "See what the fuck like people are doing?" And they're like, "Yeah, but like you've caused destruction, blah blah." Like they have this, I don't know, serious thing, and you think, "Oh, Magneto's gonna break. Magneto's gonna break." And like the reason why he's lifted them up into the outer atmosphere is to kill them.
Right.
And then it's like, well, they're not a part of the panel, then we can influence it or whatever. But no, he uses that to show, he's like, look how small and insignificant we are compared to the world. Like this world, everyone deserves their part of it, no matter who they are, no matter what they were born as. Look how insignificant our, individual thing is when you look at literally the whole world, because he's brought them into outer fucking space. And so you're like, oh, yeah, it was a really, I don't know, it used it really well.
Okay, but he's going to snap.
But he hasn't snapped yet.
But he's going to.
But he's going
eventually.
To snap. I don't know. Okay.
It's a Joker situation, right? Whenever the Joker turns good, you're like, this is fun.
I really like him as a hero, though, that is like sort of questionable. He becomes so he's the leader of this men. He basically becomes Dumbledore.
Oh,
he's
great.
the leader of the school.
Yeah, okay.
And he is the leader of his men as well, the military. And also the mutants get him to be the leader of Genosha.
Right. Okay. Yeah. A classic abuse of power Dumbledore situation.
Exactly.
Isn't Dumbledore in all three, like legislative and executive and judiciary? Someone was talking to me about this many years ago. He's just in all. He does everything.
He does everything.
That's not separation of powers. That's powers.
Mm-hmm. So there's this, he gets called out for this. Magneto gets called out for this, where one of the people from the UN, I think it's Moira. Do you remember the character Moira?
Yeah.
Yeah. They're having this,
Moira, Professor X's excuse to pretend to not be gay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah. I recall.
Yeah. They're having this basically anointment of Magneto as or announcement of Magneto as the leader of Genosha. In Genosha. And Moira's there. And she's like,
Moira tends to be there.
Yeah.
Just around for things.
but she makes some good remarks. She's like, yo.
Is she a character in this one?
She is.
Oh, okay.
It's like, why are you, like, she's a minor character, but she's a character. They're like, you shouldn't be the leader of Genosha. Why the fuck has this happened? It's like, don't worry. I know it looks weird, but it's fine. And she says, there's this really good bit of dialogue that I literally paused after I watched it to check if you were home so I could show you.
Ah.
But what it is Moira says something along the lines of, we don't let terrorists be leaders. You are a terrorist. You've been a terrorist in the past. Countries don't normally, or they don't let their terrorists be leaders. And Magneto goes back to her and says, yet so often do our countries let leaders be terrorists.
That's really good.
It's so good.
Really good.
It's so good.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Damn.
Anyways, it's Men 97. Watch it. Like, the animation's really good as well. It's really, I thought it might be, from my first watch, well, I don't know.
Oh my God, has it been 30 years since the 90s?
Yes.
Fuck.
No.
Sorry. Yeah, no?
No. Well, it's technically 1990.
Like once we get to 2026, that'll be...
Yeah.
Yeah,
30
okay.
years.
Sorry, freaking out over here.
So
What?
It gives
Not
like,
possible.
It gives a bit like Invincible vibes when you first watch it, but then the animation is so much better. It just, in general, looks amazing. So, that's Men 97.
Sorry, I was glazed the whole time. Did you do the questions at the end? Did you do the thing? Is this... What happened?
Questions? Oh,
Did you?
do I recommend people start it?
I get. Did you do this already?
No.
Sorry, I didn't hear anything from the last 5 minutes.
Short-term memory loss?
Confused?
Where'd I get this?
Long-term memory loss?
Confused.
Where'd you get that?
And where'd I get this?
Short-term memory loss.
Confused. I recommend watching it. Give it a if you've ever been tangentially interested in this men.
Hey, that's me.
No, you've watched most of the films. You're no longer tangentially interested.
Okay.
No, I'm thinking I've seen this character. They seem fun. Wolverine seems fun, or blah blah blah. Or Beast with his little tusks. They're tusks. That's what they are. No, they're not.
No, they're not.
No.
No.
I was just
Well,
They go up, but they don't
Yeah.
go. I feel like tusks have to come out of near your nose, like your cheekbones. If you think of a human and think about where the tusks would come out of, it'll be their cheekbones.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Yes, I see that.
Anyways, that's Men 97.
Wait, I had another question.
You can't just do that every time you forget what you're saying.
I can and I will. It's midnight.
It's before midnight, Reuben.
We've been here 23 hours, everyone. It's before midnight.
No, because we started at 11:55 p.m.
Yeah, and it's 11:59 p.m.?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. In
About
that
that.
case,
It's very early.
yeah, exactly.
It's very, very early. Or late.
very
I don't know at what time.
When does it flip over from one to the other?
Yeah.
1 a.m.
No, because I can be out until 2 a.m.
So you're going to say later.
I think it needs to be 3. No, I think 4 a.m. is early. That's
4
when
a.m. is definitely early, but so is 3 a.m.
No, because 3:30 you can get back at home at 3:30 and you're like, oh, it's late.
No.
Yeah.
No, I just think we fundamentally disagree.
If you watch a movie at 12 p.m.
Yeah.
and it's a 3.5, if you watch one of the Lord of the Rings at 12 p.m. and you go to bed, it's late.
Okay, if I watched a regular movie and it was 2 at 12,
Yeah.
and it was 2,
Yeah.
then that would be late.
Yes.
But if I watched a Lord of the Rings
Yeah.
at 12 midnight,
Yeah.
first of all, what are we doing here?
IMAX are doing a screening, a midnight release.
A
screening.
midnight screening, but they start with just one of them? Or maybe they've been going since midday, because those movies do go forever.
No, midnight screening, just one of them.
Okay. No, I feel like you're cheating. Okay, I feel like
I'm not cheating. I'm just giving you a
I feel
scenario.
like the early late is somewhat based on the context of what you're doing. Like if you're lying in bed and then you wake up and it's 3 a.m., you're like, God,
You've got a
it's
chest infection.
so early.
If you're waking up, you've got a chest infection.
Yeah.
Go see a doctor.
I've got a chest infection and it's so early because it's like a You can't.
Nah.
Nah?
3:30.
Really?
I think 3:30 is when it's still. I'm like, it's late.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not morning yet.
No.
4 a.m.'s
we'll
morning.
have to agree to disagree.
Okay, what time would you get up for a flight?
Yeah. Well, like,
If it was 3:30,
yeah. See,
Might
that's
as well
what I mean about context
yeah.
dependent. Like, if I'm getting up at 12:30 a.m. for a flight, I've gone to sleep earlier, and so that feels that's early. That's morning.
that's a night still.
I'm waking up to do the thing.
That's still a night. Okay, what I think I'm going by like would I pull an all-nighter? Like if I had something in the morning. If it was
Okay.
3:30, I might, and I had to be like get up at 5:30,
Yeah.
I'd sleep maybe for an hour. Like, okay, no, I'd wake up at
What?
yeah. No, I don't know if my thing makes sense.
No, you got it backwards. Try
Okay.
again.
No, I won't.
All right, well then you're wrong and I'm right. And it's 1:30, I will concede.
Right now?
Yeah,
No.
because it's so...
It's 11:30 at night.
Oh, sorry, I forgot.
You
It's always the same amount of light and temperature in the podcast closet. Actually, today it's a little cooler, which is quite nice. Maybe because it's so late at night. Maybe because it's so early
or it could
at
be winter.
11:30 p.m.
It's late. Oh my god. Do you want me to okay, am I talking about this other thing that I started?
Yeah, talk about this other thing.
Great. I've started the album, Childish Gambino's album. So I was trying to figure out how I've started Atavista.
And it's not insane if we all believe Atavista.
Explain.
Okay, I will explain. I will
Right,
explain.
there it is.
Now I have a bone to pick.
Okay,
Okay.
pick away.
How much do you know about Childish Gambino's discography?
He made some music, then he stopped.
No.
Damn.
Yeah.
Nothing then.
You're thinking about Frank Ocean.
Am I?
Yeah, made some music and then famously stopped
That's true.
for a very long time.
That's true.
A frustrating amount of time. No. Childish Gambino. Okay, let's take it back. A little bit.
Rewind.
Okay.
Ba-la-la-la-la.
Childish Gambino, aka Donald Glover. Comedian, writer, actor, was working on Community after working at 30 Rock, got a job at Community. Community, great show. Where I first found Donald Glover. What about you?
Same.
Great. We're going to do call and response.
I hate this.
No, it's just me asking questions.
Boo.
Okay. No, we'll do call and response. Great. Started a Community. Started doing music when he met the Community writer.
Short-term memory loss.
Confused.
Ludwig Göransson?
Ludwig Göransson, exactly. Collaborated, made some music together. Now, Donald Glover was doing some mixtapes and things, but released his first album.
This is America? I think that's a single, an EP.
This is America came out in like 2018.
Yeah.
No, this is way back in Community.
Atavista.
No, not... Call and response is cancelled. Never
Long-term
mind.
memory loss.
I'm just going to let your eyes glaze as I do this.
Oh, good.
Release Camp. Camp came out. Now most people like Camp. Camp, Pitchfork.
Okay, now you're just naming nouns.
Pitchfork is the review. It says the dancer who goes to on the table and trip the light when I am on the yellow wheel in a fling.
Nice.
Thanks. Camp came out bad reviews, like a 1.4 on Pitchfork, which is very, very bad. Although I quite like it, and a lot of other people quite like it. Anyways,
Pitchfork is like Rotten Tomatoes, but so much scarier. It's like, yo, if you make a bad movie, we're going to throw Rotten Tomatoes at you. Yo, if you make bad music, we're going to stab you with a pitchfork. Full-on riot, all right?
woo, they should get together.
Rotten Tomatoes on pitchforks?
Yeah.
Big
roast
meal
them.
for a giant. You just hold it up to the sky. He goes, nom, like that.
Nom, nom.
There was actions, listeners. I'm sorry.
We should record this so people see the action.
We should record this so people see the actions.
So, then he goes on to release maybe his best album to date. I mean, it is compared to Pitchfork's 1.4 for Camp, Because the Internet. Now, this one he has a bigger rollout for. He has the album comes with a screenplay to go along with it and a short film that sort of depict this world of the character, the boy, and because the album's like a concept album sort of thing. Okay. Brilliant album. My personal favorite, probably. Okay. Then
The one with the numbers.
no, we're getting there.
Sorry.
Then he releases the album Awaken My Love, which most people will know has Redbone on it and has Me and Your Mama. It's really good. That came out 2016. Now, the thing with this album is Donald Glover, Childish Gambino, is a petty motherfucker. And he was like, he was apparently told by someone, you can't make a hit. Like, you make some all right music, but you can't make a hit. So what he did, he was like, oh, I can't make a hit. Okay, with this next album, it's not going to be a rap album like Camp or Because the Internet. It's going to be an R&B soul album. I'm going to make a hit, and I'm not even going to have a music video for it. No music video. It's going to be way different to my other stuff, and it's going to go number one. Made Redbone, absolute hit. Everyone knows that song. Phenomenal. So it's like, he'll push against the grain to make something great. Then
A Bo Burnham.
Maybe.
The thing of like, I choose not to. I'm more interested in making this. But every now and again, I'll do some of that just to show that I can still do that.
Well, no, this is different because it's like, I don't think you can do this. And it's like, I don't think you don't think I can do this? You don't think I can do it?
Just watch.
Just watch me do it. So then comes out with Because the Internet in 2018. People are like, oh, is the new album coming? Nothing. Then we get
The one with the numbers.
the one with the numbers. 3/15/20 gets leaked online / streamed on his website on the 15th of March 2020. Now, this is 4 days after the COVID pandemic is basically labeled as a pandemic. The world's in chaos. Why the fuck did he release then? But he did.
Because the numbers.
Because, the numbers were just
Right, based on the date. He picked any numbers.
He could have changed it. So the album is called 3/15/20. The album art is just white. Like, no actual art on it. Just the color, the shade, white.
You?
All of the songs don't have song names except for 2 of them. But most all the songs don't have song names. They're all timestamps. So the first song is 00.00. The next one's like 12.15. And it's 24:38.
Long songs.
Well, okay, maybe there are some in between those ones. Yeah. And also, none of them have features. Like, there are features on the song, but none of them list their features.
Right.
This album drops, and like, no one takes note at all. Bad timing, zero promotion.
Yeah.
Big difference from Because the Internet, where it had a massive rollout. He was doing interviews beforehand. He was sort of in character as the boy character that he was singing as. So way different. And now, while he eventually did add the features to it, so we found out one of the songs was featuring Ariana Grande. One of them had 21 Savage on it. You can tell that one because he like has his ad libs 21 like throughout the whole thing, like classic, like whatever his normal ad libs are. But it just, what it felt like to me is he was being petty again. He was like, okay, I made a hit last time, no music video, nothing, made an incredible album. This time,
Even less stuff.
no album cover,
No song title.
no song title,
No publishing the collabs.
no publishing the features, no name to the album really.
Yeah.
Also, you can't buy the album on CD, can't buy it on vinyl, cannot get, like, it is just stream it.
Yeah. Is it only that video that dropped, or is it on other platforms as well, streaming?
No, it's on other platforms.
Yeah,
He live streamed it all once, and you can still find that on his YouTube, 3/15/20. And then the weirdest fucking thing happened recently. Also, because on his tour, he was doing a tour around then in 2019, and he said, this is my last tour as Childish Gambino. My next album will be my last album as Childish Gambino. So this is the final thing that he's releasing, and it doesn't do well. And I was like, damn, that's kind of disappointing. But he made some comments on it later. He's quoted as saying, like, I kind of like the idea that people listen to my music and then they go on to like my profile on Spotify or whatever, and they see a whole album there that they hadn't heard of. That's sort of like a hidden gem. I find that pretty cool. I'm like, yeah, sure, that is pretty cool. Whatever. Like a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, the Childish Gambino's ramping up apparently for a new tour that's happening.
I've seen posters.
I've seen posters as well. And also a new album is maybe coming out. So like, okay, we're getting a new Gambino. That's fun. Then he releases an album called Atavista. This isn't a new album. This is 3/15/20 again.
Okay.
But it's repackaged.
Okay.
This time it has a name. It's called Atavista. It's been remastered in some ways. Like, it has more reverb in some sections. There's an extra feature on one of the songs. It has new songs. It's removed bits of some of the songs. And all of the songs have titles.
The two that were named, are they the same titles?
Yes. Algorithm and Time. Yeah. I don't know how I feel about this. I feel like you just should have stuck with, like, if you're that proud of yourself
Okay.
and you're like, no, I'm doing this for the sake of doing this. I'm putting it out there. It's not going to have anything, which is very frustrating. I've had times where I'm like, oh, I really like one of these songs on this album. I'm going to add that to a playlist. Then I have to listen to like 7 different of the songs.
Ew,
and
imagine
like,
having to listen to this music that I like.
well, no, because I have to like click on it and then skip to a bit and be like, oh, is this the song that I can't just be like, oh yeah, I like this song name. Because I'm like, was it 24, 30, like 36 or was it 58, 20? Like, you know? Oh, so frustrating.
I think that this is fine and good, and people should be allowed to go back to the stuff they make and reimagine it, especially because the old one's not going anywhere.
Well, it is because he removed it from streaming services and replaced it with Atavista.
Wait, what?
So you can't get the original anymore. And the original had a different start song.
No, I don't know how I feel.
Also, one of my favorite songs, which is Why Go to the Party, the second half of that is gone. There is a new song that is added to, I think it's the second last song, which is called, the third last song, which is called Human Sacrifice. This is one that he was playing on tour for years, and people were like, please release this. And so he's finally added that. But yeah, some of it's Atavista, the intro song is also different. Yeah, it's been changed and altered, and it's almost like the other one's been swept under the rug, like it didn't happen. And that feels gross to me. I'm like, let your thing be a thing. You released it. You don't have to, I don't know, or call this 31520 like 2, or I don't know, like deluxe or something like that.
Okay, and this is different in your mind to Taylor's version because why?
Well, Taylor's version is because Taylor has the original versions are owned by the record label, and her re-releasing means that her profits actually go to her instead of the record label. Like that's not, oh, I'm redoing my songs for fun. That is so that I own my masters. That's the difference. This isn't, I don't own my masters. I want to own my masters. This is, my album didn't do well, so I'm going to re-release it and maybe it'll do a bit better this time.
Now who sounds petty?
Yeah, maybe I'll just put it. Okay, fine. I'll put the song titles. Even the album cover is still white, but it says, I'm showing you here, it says Atavista in very light text.
But just a tiny bit.
So it's like, you're still doing the thing, but you're just like breaking your morals a little bit to try and get more listens? And why 4 years later? Like this came out literally 4 years ago, a bit over 4 years ago. Why now? Why?
I don't know why you're so annoyed about this. Like, I can't, no, I see where you're coming from.
I'm like, you did a thing that was experimental.
Yeah.
And it was meant to break, okay, like Redbone. Whereas like, okay, I'm going to make this hit song. It's going to be way different to my other stuff. Not going to have a music video. Oh, that's the other thing. Freaking, when this came out, he put out a music video for the song Littlefoot Bigfoot, which is a good song about like how a lot of rappers glorify gang work and like I don't know exactly how to put it, but like make it look fun and like look at all this money, look at all of that, basically glorify it. Littlefoot Bigfoot is good song, but then they added a feature by Young Nudie, which I felt was kind of weird. But it's like you've also done a music video. It's
okay. So for you, the concern is that like you took a risk and made a choice, and this feels like going back on that or commercializing that or like shying away from that choice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was like the record label being like, this didn't do well and you need it. Like redo it and do it how we said this time. I don't think that's the case. I don't know
Especially
the
not
ins
if
and
you
outs
said,
of it.
that's it, I'm done. I'm stopping.
That's the thing. He said, I'm done. And now he's coming back to do more. So it's like, it feels like he was ramping up to this big finale to his work, his musical work, at least as Childish Gambino.
Yeah.
He could do more Donald Glover stuff afterwards. But this was also, 31520 was put out as Donald Glover Presents. I don't know what there is to say about that. But anyways, it was like, this is my last big work.
Yeah.
And then no one gave a shit because it was the start of COVID and there was nothing there.
Yeah.
And so is redoing it, I guess, to redo his last. I don't know. It just feels great. I really like experimental artists and artists that make, I guess, new things that are definitively theirs. And so for them to just backtrack on it when it doesn't do the best it could possibly do or as good as the previous stuff, it's like not all your stuff has to be adored by everyone, you know?
Yeah. Do you think it's marketing for the tour? Like to get back in the zeitgeist and to have people listening to music again?
It could be, because when 3:15:20 dropped, that was like the height of Donald Glover's popularity. Had Atlanta, had The Lion King he was in, had...
that happened, yes.
This Is America was still out, had the movie with Rihanna that's on Amazon. I don't know, there was kind of the height of Donald Glover's, it was in the social zeitgeist. And then the world stopped. So, you know? And also, he would, I don't know, he's gone dark for the past few years since then, besides some things like Atlanta and things like that.
Sure, and Madame Smith.
Yeah. So, I don't know. All in all, though, I really like this re-release. It's a really good music. I love Atavista. It's a great intro track. I do like some of the reworkings on a few of the songs. Human Sacrifice is brilliant. I'm still a big fan, and I'm listening to this maybe more than I have. I'll probably listen to this more than I have 3:15:20.
Well, there you go.
Because it has song titles and it's, I could actually jump in. They did ruin there's a great transition between two of the songs. I have it written down somewhere. Let me see if I got it.
With a bunch of numbers.
Here we go. Yeah, into the song To Be Hunted, from the song previous, there's a great transition in the original version that is just ruined here. It's like, I don't know, there's a couple of weird, I wouldn't say beat breakdowns because it's not that. It's more like techno-y, crunchy bits. There are crunchy bits in this.
Can't have no crunchy bits in a smooth transition.
No.
It's like peanut butter.
No. It was crunchy last time.
Oh, crunchy's good?
It was a good crunch.
Okay.
And now they do a break in the crunch and it's not as good.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyways, that's all I have to say about that.
Wonderful. Should people listen to? So should they go and find 3:15:20?
No, don't find the old one. Just listen to Atavista. Just listen to the old one.
It's basically the same.
Basically the same.
And easier to find.
If you get into it, then listen to 3:15:20. Be like, all right, let me hear what this used to be. Yeah. Anyway, that's enough of my start edits.
Two short things, they said.
Look, it might have been slightly longer than what I said. Maybe we've cut it down so it is shorter.
Hey, folks, you're getting a 3-topic episode.
We've been talking so long. It is now 11:15.
It's 11:15 in the morning.
No, in the evening.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my God, you did go on.
I know.
Well, is it my turn yet?
Yeah, it's your turn. What have you finished?
I have finished. Chef.
Chef.
That's right.
I have finished.
I mean, the show The Bear is what I'm trying to remember the name of.
Ah.
No, that was
I
a
finished
joke.
The Bear.
That was you finished, wait.
Season
you finished
2.
Season 2?
Yeah.
Good, right?
Yeah, really
Stuck
good.
in a fridge.
Stuck in a fridge?
Season 3.
There's a
it's
bit
all
where
him
it's like
stuck
one
in a
shot?
fridge. Yeah.
Yeah, for a little bit.
Just for a little bit. They're like, remember this?
Yeah. Did they get out of the fridge?
No, he's still in the fridge.
Goose, you just jumped over the computer.
That's very confusing.
Goose has been trampling on the computer. I stuck my foot out to stop her. She just jumped, cleared the whole thing.
Clear the whole thing.
I'm very impressed.
Long jump.
Chef.
Easier with 4 legs.
Jonathan Favreau.
Yes.
Analogy.
Jonathan Favreau's chef.
Jonathan Favreau's
keep thinking I
analogy
miss
for
your word.
Iron Man 2?
Yes, correct. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Jon Favreau's, oh, look, I am a chef who just wants to make art in my kitchen, but there's this producer, the owner of the restaurant, who won't let me make what I want to make, and so I'm going to go and make an indie movie. I'm in a food truck. Did you get it?
Can you make a guy who says Boyd?
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 Boyd.
I need my Boyd.
No, I can't. Sorry.
Can you
There's a boy, though. His son. What's his name? Carl.
That was a carryover from Iron Man 2. That guy.
Well, there's a carryover from Iron Man in this. There's an Easter egg.
Yes, which I caught.
Which I missed.
I said, that's Iron Man.
And we said, what?
What was the bit again? Oh, yeah, there's a bit. Were they watching a movie or something?
They were watching a movie.
They were watching a movie.
He was doing designated activities with his son. They did 2 activities. One was a movie, and I've forgotten the other one.
Forgot the other one, but it was very short. All you hear is a and I'm like, that's Iron Man 1 when he's gearing up to kill all those quote unquote terrorists in the Middle East at the start, where he just flies to another country and kills a bunch of people, like the hero he is. That's
So often we
my
let our leaders be terrorists.
Iron Man.
Not
even made out of iron.
He's a divorced man who's cooking in a kitchen, and he's got a son who
Yeah, but what about in the movie Chef though?
Yeah, what about them? Great, exactly. So it's semi-autobiographical, I would say. I would say it's a metaphor. I would say it's an
Metaphor who?
analogy for
Mark
John
Zuckerberg?
Favreau. No.
Not metaphor Mark Zuckerberg.
Oh, nice. No.
That would be Meta by Mark Zuckerberg.
Yes.
Facebook by Meta by Mark Zuckerberg.
The Facebook by Mark Zuckerberg.
By Martin Scorsese. No, who's the one who...
Fallon Fusk?
Daredevil.
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 Yeah. The Facebook by Daredevil.
Can't see it, but he can feel it.
Okay.
Because he's blind.
Yeah.
He's feeling
Yep.
people's faces.
Oh, that's his Facebook?
Yeah.
He has a book on the memory of his fingerprints.
He has a Sherlock Holmes-like mind palace where he keeps the memories of all the faces he's touched. And that is
Yes.
his Facebook. And with a mind palace, because you need to map your memories to specific objects that you visualize in your mind.
Just map them to the face.
Mapped them to
one
a
to
book.
one. Oh, yes.
Yeah, obviously, because he's blind, he doesn't have a whole lot to visually. He's just guessing
Is it
for
a-
what
is
a
it a
book
Braille
looks like.
book?
Yeah, it's a Braille book.
Yeah.
He's written all the faces in Braille
Yeah.
in this book.
Somehow. Blue eye. No, wait. That's not how sight works.
No,
Big ears.
yeah. Anyways,
What are we doing here?
you have a chest
No, I
infection.
don't.
You'll
I
get
don't know
going
what
to
you're
the
talking
doctor. We're on the way to the doctor.
I should have gone to the doctor.
We've called an
Oh,
ambulance.
ugh.
You aren't going to be in so much debt.
Oh, why? Oh,
Ambulance.
the ambulance?
Yeah.
Oh, it's fine.
Do you have ambulance insurance?
Actually, I do.
Why do you not go to the doctor if you have
don't
ambulance
know.
insurance?
Well, put it this way. If I don't go to the doctor, isn't it a good thing that I have ambulance insurance? I'm more likely to need it than if I went to the doctor.
Yeah, but if you went to the
Why
doctor, you
double
wouldn't-
dip? You know, why not pay for the doctor thanks Medicare when I could also not pay for the
Doctors you have
ambulance
to pay
thanks
for.
grandma?
Bulk bills are going away
Yeah?
for a large part.
So I have a good
scary.
reason not to go to the doctor. I want to talk about Chef.
Talk about
Shut
Chef.
up. I want to talk about Chef.
Sorry, my bad.
I'm coming into the second half of this podcast. Rude. That's my angle.
Well, I mean, that's
That's the gimmick. Shut up. We don't need the Facebook by Daredevil bit. My angle is rude.
the earlier it is, the angrier you get.
It's so late right now.
It's 10:45 in the evening.
So I'm confused by what time it is in real life and in our podcast. Okay, this movie's pretty good. It's pretty fun. It's wholesome. It's warm-hearted. It's wholehearted. Did I start with that one? It's just nice. Capital N, nice. However, I have some critiques.
Oh
This is like a road movie about a food truck, right?
no, half of the movie's about a food truck.
Correct. I think that more of the movie should be about the food truck. We paused for a bathroom break halfway through this movie, almost exactly, and I went, I haven't seen the bright yellow food truck yet. I'm here for the poster is just a bright yellow food truck. I haven't seen it yet.
That's like seeing the poster for Avengers Endgame, being like, oh, all the characters are together on the poster. Watching half the film, you're like, all the characters haven't gotten together yet. No, it happens at the climax. It happens at the end of the film. You need to get somewhere. Think of a movie. Think of a movie.
Okay.
Name a movie.
Little Women.
Okay.
I don't know where you're going with this analogy,
That's
so
the
what-
opposite because one of them dies halfway
It's also
through.
told in
So one of
two
them-
chunks, both going forwards in time, so I really didn't think this
Give
through.
me another movie.
Barbie.
Give me a shit.
A non-Greta Gerwig movie?
Well, I'm trying to think of a movie that I don't know.
That carries through and that's promised more than halfway through. There's lots.
Yeah.
It makes sense. I don't know. Well, yeah, you spend time with the characters getting used to what they're doing, I guess. I think, for me, no, maybe I have the timeline of this movie wrong. I feel like quite early on, like all the drama happened and he lost his job in the kitchen. Yeah. And then something happened, and then food truck. I'm like, what
He
happened?
lost his job.
What happened in the something
He
happened?
lost his job.
And then?
And he was in a Twitter beef.
And then?
And then?
Is it straight to food truck? They're also flying all around. This thing's set in every city. Mm-hmm. It's fine. It's fun. It's great.
If he has to go and see Robert Downey's Jr.
I was going to bring this up.
and plead for him to give him money and he's his ex-wife's ex-husband?
Correct.
Yeah.
Don't overthink it. It makes sense. Now, you were talking the other day, I think in real life, not on the podcast. Yes, believe it or not, we still do talk about things in real life. You
No,
were
we
saying
don't.
like, no, you're right. We
You're
don't.
out of the house all the time. Anytime we're both home together, we're like, oh, we should do a
We
podcast,
should do a
I guess.
podcast. It's true. We're doing 3 podcasts this week, everyone. So,
No, we're not.
yeah, we are.
No, we're not.
Between now and 7 days away.
Today
we've
is
recorded 3
Wednesday.
things. Yeah, and by next Tuesday, we'll be doing our 3rd one in
Shit,
that
you're
period of
right.
time. Yeah.
All right,
yeah.
good point.
Yeah. So, you were saying, like, you were watching a TV show and you're like, that was a really, like, a standout scene, even though you didn't necessarily like the whole movie. You're like, that was really good. And you were saying, like, it's been a while since you had an experience of being like, that's a really good scene. Is this correct?
Can't remember.
Great. Thanks for saying yes and confirming. Let's move along. The Robert Downey Jr. scene in this, I was like, wow, price of admission right. That's just a really good scene.
That was the scene for you?
Yeah. I just liked how he was having like 7 conversations all at once and he kept just jumping between them. And he's like, so can I finance your food truck? Anyway, so should I keep the kid? It's not mine. It's not mine, but I could pretend it's mine.
What do you think about the carpet, though?
What do I think about the car? Oh, what do I think about the car? No, don't. So you got to put the booties on for the carpet. So how much do you need for the truck? Hectic. Great. Robert Downey Jr., wonderful at playing just a bad person.
Yeah.
I hope he continues to play bad people. Also, maybe everyone in this film is not a good person, but it's fine by the end. They're all nice.
No. Name a bad person in this film.
Robert Downey Jr.
Name a different bad person in this film.
Jon Favreau for a bit.
Yes, that's the thing. But that's what you want in a movie. You want a person who starts in the world one way and then by the end becomes a good person.
Like
and
Barbie.
A character arc. Yeah, like Barbie.
Yeah, like Superman.
Like the girl in Little Women who dies halfway through.
Yeah, what a character arc. She starts, what did you say? A person in the world and ends a better person. Dead. Sometimes that's the only way to make a person better. Take, for example, Mark Zuckerberg. All right? He starts off a bad person and he's going to end up dead. And that's good. And also, could they please, like, hurry that storyline along?
Did David Fincher do that movie? Is that the person I was trying to think of earlier?
The movie The Facebook.
The movie The Facebook.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Yes. And Aaron Sorkin wrote the words for the movie The Facebook.
Yeah, everyone talks about Aaron Sorkin and how much he writes words.
Yeah, well, he certainly writes words. Are you going to deny that he writes words?
No, but I'm just saying, like, name another writer of words.
Okay, I will. Greta Gerwig.
Yeah, but she also does the flashy
Well, so
photos
does
of-
Aaron Sorkin now.
When did he do
He
that?
directed a movie and everyone was like...
the Venom.
Venom?
Yeah.
Yeah, Aaron Sorkin directed Venom. That's why that dialogue is so memorable.
Venom 2.
Yeah, Venom 2. Let there be carnage.
And also did the mocap for
Venom
Planet
3.
of the Apes. And
Did he?
And
Oh no,
and-
you're thinking of Andy Serkis. Well, so was he in
That's what
Venom?
he said, didn't he?
Was Andy Serkis in Venom?
Andy Serkis directed Venom 2.
What?
And is directing Venom 3.
Oh my god.
Yeah. You don't know this?
No, he's really fallen
Did you
from
know-
grace, hasn't
I
he?
found out that, sorry to derail your
Go.
chat about Chef, but
Doesn't matter, this is way better.
Andy Serkis,
Yeah, Andy the man who runs away to join the circus.
Adam Circumcision
Yes.
did the Snoke.
Yeah.
Andy Serkis was Snoke.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Really?
Yeah, until I saw a video of him doing it without the Snoke CGI on. And then I was like, he's been in Star Wars twice. He did Snoke,
Oh my god.
and then he did that other thing. I mean, a big smokestack.
Andy Serkis is directing Lord of the Rings: The Hunt for Gollum.
Oh,
You've heard of this, right?
no.
They're doing another Lord of the Rings
Who's
movie.
hunting for Gollum?
I
When?
don't know. Famously, no one. He's a weird creep who lives in a cave and no one knows about him.
Yeah.
Who's hunting for Gollum? I don't know.
I want to see the whole backstory of Gollum becoming
No, you
Gollum
don't.
from a Hobbit. I want to see him get his gun holster.
You want to play the video game Gollum?
No, because that's the journey of the Lord of the Rings, but from Gollum's perspective. I want
Barely.
the prequel to Gollum. What do you mean? That's exactly what it is.
The prequel to Gollum is the Hobbit movie.
No. But I want it focused. I
You don't want a standalone Gollum
I
prequel
want
directed
Gollum.
by Adam Circumcision.
No. I want Adam Circumcision to direct and star in, and by star in I mean play all the characters.
Oh, I'd watch that.
A one-act play.
I'd watch that.
A one-act play.
Yes.
Don't give me the second act because the second act's a little
I know what the
boring.
second act is.
Of just
The Fall of Gollum.
when Gollum
The Lord
slash
of the
Smeagol-
Rings, the Rings of Power, the Hunt for Gollum, the backstory.
Yes.
Yes.
When he gets the ring from the start, when he
Yeah.
first gets the ring, when he's just a little hobbit-like person,
Yes.
but not a hobbit,
No.
and then becomes a creepy, hunched over
Not a hobbit.
widow, not a hobbit.
Yeah.
That's I want to see physically how that gets to that.
Oh, sure. So you want like a visceral physical performance where he's slowly taking off his clothes and bending his spine a bit more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I want.
I'd watch that.
I'd watch that.
Everybody, coming soon to a stage near you, The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power, The Hunt for Gollum, the backstory.
The
Everybody.
one-act play.
A one-act play.
We could put that on.
Starring Andy Serkis. No, we couldn't because of the Adam Circumcision thing.
Because we've defamed him.
Yeah. Oh, famously. Him and Fever Tree. Targets number
Defamously.
1 and 2.
Don't speak about.
Short-term memory loss.
Where'd I get this?
Confused.
And where'd I get this?
Long-term memory loss.
Huh?
Confused.
Where'd I get this?
Short-term memory loss?
We'll talk about.
I got more
talk
complaints
Chef.
about Chef. So
You said you'd like this film.
I
Why are you
really
doing
quite
this
liked it. I
complaining?
like this film. It's a good movie. I'm just going to get all the
I've
bad
never
stuff out of the
once
way.
complained about a thing that I liked.
What?
Can we go back to the
You complain
Atavista
about me all
chalk?
the time. Okay. There's a lot of shot reverse shot here, which is fine. Jon Favreau, good filmmaker. It's very effective.
That's how a movie works.
Just putting the actors on and they do their job and you're like, wow, I feel things because they said things and because
Mm-hmm.
they did things with their face muscles, right? Great stuff. It's just a lot of like, and I'm like, yeah, I understand where that, yep, yep.
Wait, so what's your complaint? You just complimented the movie.
Yeah, it's good. There's just a lot of, it's just like, I don't know, I feel like if I'm, no, I don't know. Sometimes I was like, just let it stay on one character. I actually understand where the other one is and they can just say a line and I can look at the other person's reaction to it in real time.
When I think of this movie,
Yep.
I don't think of any shot reverse shot.
Interesting.
I think of outside someone scrawling chalk on the truck. I think of
Well, here's the weird
plane.
inconsistency. The food was shot like a completely different movie. The food was shot with like complete love and adoration and it's dynamic and the camera's moving and it's montage. It's, dare I say, kinetic. Also, the lighting is just fine.
yeah.
Nothing looks bad or unrealistic.
I think you're comparing this to The Bear.
Am I comparing this to the...
Yes.
Probably.
That's what you're doing.
Probably. I just think at times it's a little... I was aware that it was a movie. Like, it's a little flat or something. Look, I liked this movie.
I
It's
agree.
very good.
Yeah.
But I think the combination of, like, I kind of know what's going to happen to this character.
You've seen the movie before.
I understand the metaphor.
You've seen the movie before.
And I kind of know what all the shots doing. Kind of something about those just meant that I was like, I'm enjoying it, but I'm also not believing it, which is fine.
I believe the relationship that they had.
Which, who?
The
The dad and the boy?
Jonathan and the boy.
Yeah. Good kid actor.
Good kid actor.
Very hard to get good kid actors.
No, it isn't. Every time I see a kid actor, name a bad kid actor from recent years. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I think that Jojo Rabbit, the supporting character friend, didn't quite do it for me.
That kid's great.
Very funny.
That kid's
Very
in
good
so
actor.
many, in quite a few
Yes.
things.
Yes.
That kid's really funny. What else is that kid's in a different thing that isn't that thing? What's that kid
Probably
in?
very good.
I'm gonna find out.
He's a good actor, but something about that one. Every time he said a line, I was like, "You're not a real person. You're an actor."
Yeah, but like that's a hyper realistic. What you believe Tiger is Hitler? You're like that's not
Yeah.
that's really.
Well,
Hitler
Tiger's not
there.
a kid, so I couldn't include him in this category.
No, I don't think that kids are worse actors than the adults are at this stage.
Oh well, there's plenty of bad adult actors.
Exactly. I'd
Johnny
say.
Depp was a kid; he'd be on this list instantly.
Let's see. Archie Yates was in Home Alone, Home Sweet Home Alone.
Okay,
That's the only other thing that I can see. That kid's been in a show, I'm sure.
I'm sure.
Yeah. Okay. Do you say don't
Anyway, enough
watch Chef?
slandering kids.
Are you saying don't watch Chef?
No, watch Chef. It's good. It's good. It's cute. It's an object of its time, but it doesn't feel like antiquated. Like social media is new and it's 2014 and a sandwich costs $7 and it's like, what? But it's nice. It's just a nice time. If you just want to have 2 hours of a nice time with nice things happening and amazing food being cooked and people being mean but then being okay about it afterwards, watch Chef. I don't know. I don't have a take. I think it's just nice.
I think I agree that it's nice. I think that it had one of the only instances of putting a social media or texting bubble
Yes.
as CGI within the world.
That didn't suck.
That didn't suck because it wasn't just put over the world. Sometimes it was in the background behind things and blurred.
Yeah.
And so you could
It was
sort of,
diegetic, if you will.
yeah, it was way more diegetic than just like overlaying it.
And weird that we got so much worse at that.
Yeah.
Every time now, ever since you said the thing about like, if there's ever a text conversation in a movie or show and there's no text history between the two, you're like, gah. And now it happens it's everywhere.
Text history doesn't annoy me as much as if they're tapping on a keyboard and it doesn't
you
align.
hate that one.
Or I can just tell that when it's a fake screen. If I'm looking at something and it's a fake screen, not having any of it. Don't like it. Yeah. But this one, it had real screens and it also had that weird floaty stuff. I don't know.
And when they tweet, the little bird flies off like in the shot.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, well, you got upset at that. You started yelling at the screen.
The first time I was like, what is this? But it grew
you
on
said
me.
there should be a flying X. Where's the big X flying through the... Give me the X flying through the sky. They need to go back, remake this.
Exactly the same.
Exactly the same.
Everyone's 10 years older, but don't address any of it.
Maybe change the intro
This
song.
kid's like 18, but he's still like, I can't go and help.
Add a feature from someone halfway through. Cut off one of the scenes halfway. Cut off the Robert Downey scene halfway through. And put it out again. This time with a
Same
different
poster,
name.
just a tiny little name written real small.
Yeah.
What are we going to call this?
Chefs.
Chefs.
Multiple chefs.
Like multiple chefs.
Well, there are multiple chefs.
Let's call it
in the movie?
Chefs, multiple chefs. Well, there are multiple chefs in the movie. That's the new title.
I'd agree with that.
I'd
sounds
watch
like
that.
a good title.
Because I watched this, because it's good. Chef. What are you going to say about Chef? What did you think about Chef?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good.
How many stars did you give Chef?
I don't know, like 4 probably.
Okay, that's pretty good.
I probably gave it 4. The food wasn't as good as I thought it would be, but I had just eaten. I think that was a
Do
mistake.
you think food looks better if you're obviously food looks better if you're hungry?
Yeah. Like if I hadn't eaten it, I would have been drooling.
The pasta that he cooked looked so good.
Pasta looked pretty good. The sandwich, obviously, the toasted sandwich is good.
Obviously, the sandwich is good. It's really bad sandwiches.
But I think my favorite bit of watching people do food stuff is when someone else eats the food stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And they just go, oh. Like that's, I'm like, yeah, that's how I want to feel while eating food.
Yeah.
And that gets me more into it
Interesting.
than seeing the food itself sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know America well, so I was, they keep saying like, we'll go through here on the way home to here.
Yeah.
All made up. They could have been like, oh yeah, well we're going from California to San Francisco, so we'll make sure we go through New York on the way. And I would have been like, yeah, cool.
Yeah. Well, you at one point said they're still in this area, and they definitively were not.
So confused.
You're like, they're still in Florida.
Where's
it's like,
Miami?
They're in Texas, dude. Well, I thought they were in, I don't know. I don't know where they were.
Right?
It was confusing.
Confusing.
It was confusing.
Okay, I'm glad it wasn't just me. It was just mostly me.
Why did they go all the way out to Florida
there
for
was
the
a
food truck? You can get a food truck locally.
You could look, if they went all the way to get like a good food truck, that would make sense. But
a
they
bad
went all the
food
way
truck.
for like a burned out husk.
Yeah.
That thing was awful. At that point, like just start again. Because I had to start again anyway.
They did. Why, Jonathan Favreau?
Yes.
Why is he not doing more stuff? Why is he
not-
just happy Hogan?
Isn't he doing more? Oh no, he did more Lion King.
No, he's not doing
Everyone
more.
gets a Lion King.
He did one Lion King, and then the other guy who did Moonlight is doing a Lion King.
Yeah, everyone gets one Lion King.
Yeah,
and
he
then
did his Lion
Their
King.
career ends.
Oh, okay.
Wonder what Jon Favreau is working on.
Yeah.
I hope he takes some rest. I hope he takes his big piles of money and rolls around in them and has a little snooze.
Does he have big piles of money?
He directed multiple Iron Mans.
Yeah, one good one and then one that people didn't like.
Yeah, but all you got to do is make at least one and then get out.
But the one was the first one, and that was.
But then he made the second one.
Yeah, but the second one didn't make money.
But then he was
famously.
Happy Hogan in Infinity War, and people get paid gazillions for that.
That's true.
Did you hear about Tom Hollander? He accidentally got one of the checks meant for Tom Holland.
Yeah.
It was a royalty check for a movie, Infinity War, that came out like 4 years earlier. and it was still 7 figures.
That's crazy.
Just $1 million rolling in on a casual Tuesday.
Oh, could we get that?
No, but Jon Favreau can get something like that.
Could we try? How do we get that? Can we come up with a scheme?
Yeah, we could come up with a scheme.
What's our scheme?
What about years of hard work to break into the industry and do it on raw talent alone?
I was thinking of breaking into Tom Holland's house and stealing his checks.
Okay. I was thinking that I ring up those Netflix executive booty calls from all those months ago.
Oh, you could do that.
Yeah.
No, let's just become actors.
Okay. You could do that.
You first.
You could do stand-up.
Oh, shut up.
You know that?
Shut up. You keep saying that. Shut up.
You could do stand-up.
Shut the fuck up.
I shall not.
I'm going to hit you. I'll hit you.
I believe in you and your abilities.
Yeah, but you believe in me with one specific thing.
No, I believe in you in many things.
You're just going to peer pressure me into doing stand-up at some
It's
point,
not
and then
peer
I'm going to
pressure,
do
I'm
it.
just saying that I think you can do it.
I'm going to stand up, and then people are going to boo me.
They're not going to boo you.
You're going to get them to boo me.
I'm not going to boo you.
You
I
don't-
would be wrong.
You're
That would make me look
You're
bad.
trying to take me down a peg by
Am
propping
I?
me up and then taking me down. I know you too well. This is
you?
what you do. This is what's happened to all of your friends.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, go on.
You've done this to them all.
Okay.
That's
I'm
why I'm
listening.
the only one left. And I know your tricks.
Fuck you. I was trying to say nice things.
I know
I was
your
trying to say
tricks.
that you could be an actor.
That's the only
or
way
a voice actor
I've
or a
avoided it.
stand-up comic. What, by not believing anything I say? Not taking any of my compliments?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Because I know you're just trying to
I
trick
see
me.
how it is.
Yeah.
That sounds like quite a dark reflection of your own mental state, actually.
that I
Can't accept compliments because you're like, nah, they're just lying to me.
constantly paranoid that the people around me don't love me.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound like me.
No?
No.
Okay.
Just you.
Oh, sounds like me, does it?
No, just
I
paranoid
wouldn't
about
know. I couldn't do stand-up. But you could.
You could try.
Oh, fuck you! I came into this segment mean, and I'm coming out of this segment mean and hurt, so fuck you.
No, you could. You could.
No, I don't believe you now.
No, you could.
No,
you
you're gonna
could.
sit now.
No, yeah,
Get
you
out of
could.
here. I don't want your pity. And I don't want your fake compliments.
You could.
Get fucked.
I do think that you could. I do think that you could. I do think that you could.
I don't think you think that I could.
do genuinely
you
think you
genuinely
could.
don't.
I genuinely
you think that I
do.
couldn't and you let it
No,
slip.
no, no,
And it
no.
was on the podcast and you never unsay
I'm gonna
that.
move on.
I'll know forever.
I'm gonna move on.
Yeah, like I moved on from my dream of a comedy career and you
could do it.
killed it.
You could do it. You could do it.
I don't believe anything you say. Is this what it's like? Is this what it's like, not being able to believe anything positive that the other person says?
Yeah, this is what
Have you
it's
been
like.
living like this for years?
How's it feel?
Sucks.
Yeah, it's terrible, right?
Sucks.
Yeah.
But for you, it's totally self-inflicted, whereas you said that mean thing to me, so for me, it's real. Yeah.
How do you recommend watching Chef?
Yeah, watch Chef. It's good.
Finish it?
Yeah, finish it. Well, the second half is better, so keep watching.
All right, good
Is
to
it
know.
better? I don't know. It's more food truck.
more
yeah, it
food
is.
truck.
It moves faster. Newtown.
I didn't know how much food truck was going to be in it, so when I watched it, I was surprised by food truck. I didn't know if there was a food truck in it.
There's a food truck on the poster.
Yeah, but sometimes there are things on posters that aren't even in the movie.
That's true.
Happens all the time. There aren't 4 Little Women by the end of Little Women.
No, that's a good point. I didn't think about that one.
Thank you. Thank you. Do you want to move on to our next segment?
Let's do it.
What is it?
You've got mail with Liam the Bear. I've done things in the wrong order. This is
Yeah.
awful. I've cooked it.
Well, we're doing mail now.
Are we doing mail now?
We got mail?
Is that really what we're doing?
Yeah.
We do have mail.
Great, do mail.
Okay.
You fucked it.
Okay. I don't like this at all.
No, you've thrown the
I
whole
don't like
thing.
this at all.
We're done.
Everything's wrong and bad. Mm-hmm. We've got mail from Liam.
Great.
Now, Liam, look, I'm not going to read the whole thing
Mm-hmm.
because the bulk of this email is just the entirety of the lyrics to Farmer Refuted from Hamilton.
Oh my God.
Okay, it starts with capital. The subject line says, "Hear ye, hear ye," and then it just does the song.
Oh my God.
But then Liam does follow up after the song to explain what this
I think
is.
we should extradite some of our listeners.
Oh yeah? Well,
Yeah.
Liam's the only one who sends mail, and if we shoot the messenger, so to speak, we won't get any messages.
No, I think we shoot the people giving the messages to Liam.
Oh, okay. That's also shooting them. Oh, okay. The messengers, not the messengers.
Yeah.
Had to acknowledge the Samuel Seabury moment in episode 39, simply because I unlocked the part of my brain that learned every word of the entirety of Hamilton back in 2021. I was possessed by the ghost of Lin-Manuel Miranda. We've all been there. So thanks for that. Fun fact, I have watched Hamilton 11 times, all 3 hours. Anyway, for the revolution.
Okay, 11 times 3 hours. That's 33 hours.
That's, you're going to say what
Weak
you're doing?
effort.
Oh, okay. What's your minimum for like hardcore fandom?
No, I think I've listened to Hamilton
sure.
more than that.
Heaps.
I also probably haven't watched it 11 times.
I have not watched it 11.
But there was a period there when it came out on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
No, sorry, Disney Plus. I would have it on during the background while I was like, studying or working.
Yeah, but that doesn't count.
That doesn't count?
That doesn't count.
You think you have to is this person sitting down and watching it 11 times?
I don't know. We'll have to ask.
How many of those times have been in person?
Okay.
Have any of them been in person?
I don't know.
I write back.
Okay.
I want not you. I want them to write back. If you're listening to this, write back and give us a breakdown of this 11 times.
So you say right back.
Yeah.
We went back and forth 5 times yesterday.
Oh my God. All right.
So look, it's just the two of us being possessed, me and Liam being possessed by the ghost of Lin-Manuel Miranda. And let me say,
Are you just singing the song to each other?
when you put those vocals on a bear, you get some terrifying results. No, we're just talking about how much we like it and how much we enjoy it, really. I don't know if any of it's good content, but we sure had a great time. We talked about the Hamilton mixtape. We talked about the Hamilton instrumentals. We talked about some of the really hard raps and how hard they are to do. We talked about who we sing it through with. We did some photos of all the merch and things that we have.
Reuben, you're doing this wrong.
And Liam sent me goats on a boat. You aware of goats on a boat?
I'm not aware of goats on a boat.
Okay, you're going to hate goats on a boat. Do you want to watch Goats on a Boat and then return to tell people what you think of Goats on a Boat?
All right, we'll quickly watch Goats on a
Wait,
Boat.
maybe you'll
also,
love it.
I just want to say,
Okay.
you're doing this wrong. What's that thing where the relationship that people have with...
Parasocial?
Yeah, you're doing parasocial relationships wrong. You're responding to people.
Yeah, I'm just
and
having
you're
a social
conversing with them.
relationship.
Not allowed. That's not how this works. This needs to be
Top
single
down, one way.
directional.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to say omnidirectional. That's
No,
wrong. Bidirectional is also wrong.
Yeah.
Unidirectional.
Unidirectional.
Yeah.
Now, I would be fascinated to see your response to this, because on one hand, there's one thing you really like here, and on the other hand, there's something you really don't like here.
All right.
So I just want to see what your authentic reaction to this thing is.
Give me this. Look, I don't know what I was expecting, but I wasn't expecting Jimmy Fallon of all people.
Sorry, jump scare.
I was genuinely jump scared, and then I was double jump scared when I saw Lin-Manuel because I was expecting Lin-Manuel from the start.
But then you forgot because Jimmy Fallon was there singing about gods.
I'm confused. I'm
Me too.
confused because it's two people doing a thing that is not relevant to their things that they do.
Yep.
Like two famous people not doing a promo. Like if I saw that and it was a TikTok by just like two random people, makes sense. Fantastic. But because it's them, I'm like,
What are you selling?
what are you selling? Why are you in the middle of just like
Yeah.
some suburb in like Colorado in a lake or something, you know? It was weird. It was weird. It just seemed like two regular people, but
It's
I know
weird,
they're
right?
not.
But there's like an arc to it where by the time they're up to like goats in a tote, I'm like, I'm along for the ride at this point. And then it just ends. And you're like, wait, what?
No.
I want more goats in boat.
Yeah, because they weren't having props until like halfway through.
And then at the end, they do a paddle dance.
Yeah.
Just like 7 counts.
They're holding vinyls at one point, and
I
I'm
didn't
like,
even see that.
I'm like, why are you holding?
Careful, that's water.
That's water. You're gonna get your vinyl albums wet. All right, I respect it.
I don't understand it, but I respect
I
it.
respect it.
Yeah.
That's probably the best thing I've ever seen Jimmy Fallon produce.
Sure, but probably the worst thing I've seen Lin-Manuel Miranda.
No. Think about some of those demo tapes.
Yeah. No.
Also, when he was singing like hitting notes under a bridge, hitting notes.
Yeah.
2 goats or whatever.
Yeah.
I was like, Lynn, you're getting close to hitting those notes. I'm not going to make any comments.
Okay.
'Cause I
Professional
probably
singer over here.
I've sung once. I did one sing.
Singing and stand-up. What can't they do?
Oh, shut the fuck up. Can we move on to the next segment?
Yeah, we can.
What's the next
Well,
segment?
the next segment should have been male, but we did that, so instead it's up and up, I guess. Everything is cooked. I'm sorry.
Every time I'm bringing it up, I'm talking about up and up.
Not the theme song.
Reuben,
Yeah.
let's follow up on something.
Great.
Let's follow up last...
Monkey Man.
Monkey Man.
Monkman.
No, watched that a bit ago. I don't know. It's really good. I've been playing. I got home afterwards and I couldn't stop thinking about it, so I had to play some Sifu.
Yeah.
And that's really good and really satisfying in a way to like satiate my monkey man needs, the monkey inside of me.
We were like, is this releasing in India? Not yet, and probably not. Is the answer.
That makes sense.
Because of politics.
Yeah. Yeah, it was good. Do you have any have you thought about it at all?
Just that thing that I said.
Just that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I still think people should go see it. I don't know.
I do too. Just every story from set is wild. It's like everything broke. And bones, cameras, all of it.
I've been thinking about the amount of kitchen scenes we've been getting and things lately.
Oh?
Well, Chef for one.
I was going to say, I feel like you have to filter out Chef.
No. Chef counts. And then I've also been like the bear and then also Monkey Man.
So the kitchen scenes that we've had are in a movie about cooking, a TV show about cooking, and then one action movie.
Yeah.
Wow.
But they're all real stressful a lot of the time.
They are real stressful a lot of the time.
I really like it. Yeah. Monkey Man's still good.
It's very good.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see what Dev Patel does next. Do you think he's going to do more of the same?
I think he's going to go home and sleep on all that piles of money that he has.
Yeah, no, that's not how. So there's a difference between indie movies and big movies.
Nah, but he was in Slumdog Millionaire, so he has all that millionaire
Oh, he
money.
did keep all that cash.
That documentary,
Famously,
Slumdog
they used
Millionaire.
real money.
Yeah.
They were so committed to authenticity that they used real money.
And they just left it there. People could take it. And Dev said, stand back, everyone, stand by and stand back.
And I've got a gun.
I've got a gun and I will shoot anyone who comes near this money.
I needed to finance my next movie, my first movie.
My first movie, because...
It's about a monkey. All right, listen up. It's about a monkey, and we're going to shoot it real messy, and at one point I'm going to, like, tear open... Stay back! I'm going to, like, tear open my chest, and there's going to be, like, my own life in there, but then also, like, everything's on... Stay the fuck back! I have a gun! And so then I'm thinking that, like, we have, like, a scene with, like, bottles and, oh, my God, a fish tank. Dude, there's going to be so much glass and so much water in this. Stay the fuck away from the money!
I forgot about that bit where he tore open his chest and there was a whole sun inside there.
You forgot about that bit? That was
Yeah.
all I could think about the whole time we were talking about it.
Really?
He tore open his chest.
Yeah, I forgot.
He tore open his shirt, which was like, okay, first of all, damn, and calm down. And then he just like went again,
Yeah.
and he just tore open his skin.
Yeah.
And it was like, go.
That's when he was real high, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense.
It does.
Every time anyone has ever been high,
Just,
there's one thing, it's a ritual. You have to
scratch.
tear open your chest and
Yeah,
find
yeah,
the
yeah.
sun in there.
yeah.
Yeah. And then all your problems are solved because you got high one time.
Yeah.
Like happens in every movie. Anyways,
Didn't happen in Chef.
what's coming up for you?
But when you think about it, they're high on cooking.
Shut up.
No,
Just
I
shut
shan't.
up, though.
I shan't. If I shut up, there's no podcast, and we have to do 3 this week.
Oh, you don't think I could do a whole segment on my own?
Oh, I know factually and objectively that you could.
Thank you.
'Cause I've seen you do it.
Tell me about the thing that's coming up for you.
Well, if you're so good, why don't you solo do my section about what's coming up?
I won't.
Because I haven't thought about it.
I simply refuse.
Okay, so I have to come up with a started it.
Yeah.
That I will have started by next time.
Every single time we do this, you have to repeat it to me as if you don't know it.
I know! I would love to say it's a bit, but it's not a bit.
It's not a bit.
I will have... I'm so sorry. I should have thought about this earlier.
Are you reading anything? Are you watching anything?
I think that I'll talk about Jack X.
Oh.
Combat racing.
You're going to voluntarily bring a Jack and Daxter.
That's right. The sacrifices that I make for content.
All right. I'm excited for that. That
Me
sounds
too,
sick.
actually.
Little tease. Little teasy tease.
Little teasy tease for you.
Sick. All right. Well, in that case, since we don't have the mail section, we wrap the show up now.
Weird and disconcerting.
Yeah. Well, I feel like that's in true form.
Well, we almost never have mail, so actually this is very normal.
Yeah, but at least we have something to like break it. Doesn't matter. Thank you everyone for listening to another episode of Stinishedit. If you like the show, you can rate us 5 stars on your podcast app of choice. If you really like the show, tell a friend. Telling a friend is how we like more people find out about the show. And we love more people finding out about the show. Also, if you want to send us a mail, you can email us stinishedit@gmail.com. It'll go through Liam. Liam will sort it and then give it to us. And if you want to give us mail in real life, if you want to bypass Liam, you can give us mail in real life, but you have to find us and you have to write stinishedit@gmail.com or else
We'll burn it.
we'll burn it right in front of your face.
Burn it.
And we'll blow those ashes.
Burn it like John
Onto your
Favreau burnt
toes.
that first. No, John Favreau's son burnt that sandwich when he overdid the Cubano. Yeah.
Yeah, good callback, Reuben.
Yeah.
You could do stand up.
I could? You're lying to me. You don't believe that for a second.
Thank you to Hetty Moysey for our lovely, lovely podcast art. What else do we do?
That's it.
That's it?
That's it.
No, follow us on Instagram and TikTok at stinishedit.
Yeah.
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 No, that's
Tell a
it.
friend. Did you say that bit?
I said tell a friend. I always say
Sorry, I
tell a
wasn't
friend.
listening. I'm always just making sure that I get in the burn your mail bit.
Tell us what you're thinking about. If you're watching Zmen 97, which is all out now. If you listen to Atavista, if you've watched Jefe, let us know about that. Send us a cheeky message.
A toasted cheese sandwich. Tell us about it. What's your strategy? Are you grilling? Are you buttering? Buttering the outside? Are you frying? Anything else goes in there? Because we get very tempted to just add stuff. We add mushrooms and spinach and we're yum. But then it's no longer a toasted cheese sandwich,
No, it's still a toasted cheese sandwich.
Yeah, I go back
I'm
and
not
forth
doing
on this.
just
I go back and
cheese.
forth on this.
Is it toasty?
But how many
It's a
types of
toasted
cheese? Because in Chef they did 4 cheeses, which is okay, whoa, hang on. Let me just take a sec. That's 4 ingredients, but it's still only cheese? How does that work? Tell us your cheese toasty tips.
Haven't you heard of a quattro formaggio?
Your tasty cheese toasty tips.
A quattro formaggio.
Yeah,
a quaint
four cheeses.
quattro formaggio.
See, I picked T and you picked Q, so you're going to lose any day of the week.
Yeah, no, I've lost. Anyways, we'll see you next week, guys. I'll think of more keywords by then.